ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Nook's Tavern. I am your humble host, Philip D. Keating, the imaginary nomad himself. And with me, as always, is my Bunny Day best friend, Kurt Booten. Hey, man, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. It's been another exciting week here in City 17. The trees have turned colors. There's a weird-looking rabbit inside my town with exaggerated big eyes.
Yep.
And it seems like everywhere I go, it's raining eggs upon my head.
Yeah. So, first, the zipper dude. I was fine with him until he said, "Don't try to unzip my zipper," and I went, "Now I have to get behind him. Now I have to." And you can't. But it's the zipper isn't even hidden. It's right there in the small in the top of his back. And it's like, oh, but I couldn't.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. When he first showed up in my town, I was terrified.
Did you do a Five Nights at Freddy's?
Well, I know it's not even that. It's like we have rabbit villagers in this game, and he looks nothing like them.
No, he's so much more psycho looking.
Yeah, he's a little creepy. And I was just like, oh, boy, no thank you. So give us an update. What's going on your island that's been new this week?
Okay, so obviously the cherry blossoms came in, blah, blah, blah. Same for everybody here, and that's great. Bunny Day celebrations underway. In my own town, we finally have upgraded our resident services. We have basically upgraded my house. I guess this is the second or third upgrade. I have one additional room now. I'm working on paying that off. I just paid off a bridge that we needed to build, and just set up a new campsite for a new villager. And so, all with that goal of trying to get that KK Slider concert.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and what was that? Does that make 4 villagers for you now?
Well, when they move in, it's only I still only have the 3.
Okay.
So, but man, oh man, this Bunny Day thing. I was not expecting the amount of materials and the plentifulness of them to, just to be like those balloons are just coming by every couple of seconds, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah. And I keep going through slingshots, which I'm not used to.
Me
because
too.
I keep popping off these balloons. But I don't know about these drop rates on these eggs. They seem a bit high. I never thought that I would say this, but I kind of miss catching a sea bass every so often, because that's all I'm pulling out. I'm pulling out eggs left and right.
I think, though, what we're going to find is everybody's going to have a lot of sky eggs. Well, I mean, we should probably just talk about the eggs themselves, right?
Yeah. Go into it.
So we've got the 6 different types of eggs. We've got sky eggs, we've got ground eggs, we've got stone eggs, we've got water eggs, we've got
fruit eggs, and tree eggs. Right. So the ground eggs look like they're probably going to be the most rare. Correct.
Because
just like every day, you have a set number, like fossils, that is going to spawn out, and you're going to go out and probably get 3 to 4 fossils and about 3 to 4 ground eggs as well.
Right. And it seems, so the one nice thing, the one nice thing about all those is that you can go to those mystery islands, and you can farm those for eggs as well. But it would be really nice to be able to find a fossil island.
Yeah,
you know, we've seen the tarantula islands, we've seen the hybrid islands. It'd be nice if they had a fossil island, and it might exist. We just don't know yet.
Yeah, and I'm sure as soon as Twitter hears about it, it will be posted everywhere that they got a fossil island.
Right. So, before we jump into a lot of the Bunny Day stuff, we're also in the middle of cherry blossoms, which just coincidentally fall at this time of year as well, right?
Oh, yep.
So, I don't know about you. I am having a heck of a time getting those cherry blossoms. They seem to be way more difficult to catch than I would have expected.
I have never felt so much shame
Yeah.
missing them. And, like, the thing is, right, I'll miss it once, and I'm like, oh, boy. And then I'll miss it a second time, and it's just like, oh, come on. And then when I go for a third, they vanish.
They vanish.
Like, oh, shame. My ancestors are frowning upon me by not catching these cherry blossoms.
I don't understand either, because I don't think their flight paths are distinctly different from bugs.
Nope.
I think they just appear difficult to get. I mean, I can't get the right angle half the time.
No, I think that it's just that they have a smaller hitbox than, let's say, a butterfly or even a bee. Well, yeah, even like a bee seems like it has a little bit bigger of a hitbox.
Yeah, that might be it. You might be right on the hitbox thing. It's infuriating, and the one saving grace is that they're not required for the Bunny Day stuff.
So, do we know what they're required for yet, or are we just farming these mats without really a DIY?
There was a cherry blossom recipe that we got at the very beginning.
Okay.
And I think it was a cherry blossom wreath.
Okay, I mean that would make sense, or like a dress, or a crown, or hat, or anything like that would have to do with clothing or a wreath or something around that sort.
Right. It was just it's just one of those that are just really. Oh, I know what it was. It was that outdoor picnic set.
Okay.
So and that required like 10 cherry blossoms, which I should probably just make and just put it away, so I don't have to worry about it again. But there's almost certainly after this Bunny Day celebration gets over with, we'll start digging into the cherry blossoms a little bit more.
I'm going to disagree. I don't think Bunny Day lasts until April 12th.
Right.
I bet cherry blossoms end by next week at some point.
Oh no. Okay. So we got more hunting to do then. That'll be great.
I can't remember, but they said it was for a short time only.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So I don't think it's going to go for that long, especially because actual cherry blossoms are only really around for 1 week, 2 tops. So
and I just got a breaking news in my earpiece here that the cherry blossoms are lasting till April 10th.
Okay, so almost the entire time of the Bunny Day celebration, but
right.
Just a couple days before. Got it.
So there'll be an outdoor picnic set. There's the cherry blossom wand. There's the cherry blossom pochette, which looks to be like a purse. A pond stone, a petal pile, a bonsai tree.
Oh, I want that.
Yeah, me too. Cherry blossom branches, blossom viewing lantern, a cherry blossom clock. Of course there is. Cherry blossom tree walls, cherry blossom flooring, and sakura wood flooring and sakura wood wall, and cherry blossom umbrella. That's a lot. That is a lot.
I mean, it sounds like you got to farm your butt off and then pick and choose really what you want to do with them, or solely focus on farming as many blossoms as possible.
Right.
Which there is a good amount.
Yep.
I'm just terrible at catching them.
Yeah, I think I probably have 15. but
yeah,
that's after about missing 15.
Yeah. I don't even believe I have a 50% catch rate on those.
Yeah. Now the question is, can you concentrate on the cherry blossoms as well as Bunny Day?
I'm going to have to say yes, because, I mean, really, once you do your first-time farm, right, you go around, you shake your trees, you dig up your eggs. The only other thing you really need to worry about is the balloons overhead, because these fish are
right.
Like, the percentage for fish has dropped and the eggs have increased. So, you know, if you farm your butt off for the first, let's say, 5 days, you'll still give yourself enough time to fish out as many as you need. And the balloons overhead, like you said earlier, they come every 2 minutes, sometimes back to back. I had 2 balloons in a row.
Yep, me too.
So,
yeah, the only thing that I'd be a little concerned about is this sheer amount of DIY projects for the Bunny Day celebration.
Thank God I'm not a collector, right?
Yeah, you and me both.
It's funny because I need all the recipes, but I don't need any of the furniture or anything.
Well, yes, you do.
No.
Yes, because you must craft them all in order to get the
achievement.
And the final bunny day item.
Oh, that's right. He did say that, didn't he?
Yep.
Oh, Zipper!
Yep. So, do you want me to run through the bunny day items?
Yeah. Now, look, listeners. If you want this all to be a surprise, maybe fast forward for the next 2 minutes per se. But we are going to go through. We're not going to give you exactly what you need to craft, but we're going to run down the list of all the different items you can craft during Bunny Day, so that you have the opportunity to get that special prize from Zipper at the end of Bunny Day celebration.
Okay, we're going to run through them pretty quickly because there are 40 DIY recipes.
Oh, my Lord. 40?
40.
Oh, my God. All right. You know what? I'm going to give you exactly 2 minutes to run down these 40 recipes. And the time is on the clock now.
Okay, we got a Bunny Day bed, Bunny Day wall clock, Bunny Day glowy garland, Bunny Day lamp, Bunny Day stool, Bunny Day vanity, Bunny Day table, Bunny Day wreath, Bunny Day crown, Bunny Day bag, Bunny Day fence, Bunny Day wall, Bunny Day flooring, Bunny Day rug, Bunny Day merry balloons, Bunny Day festive balloons, Bunny Day wardrobe, Bunny Day arch, Earth eggshell. Well, you know what? I'm just going to say outfits for every type of egg. So 6 outfits. There are 3 pieces to each outfit. And then
1 minute.
Egg party hat, an egg party dress. And when you complete them all, you get the wobbling zipper toy, which allows you to create the Bunny Day wand.
Is that all of them?
That's all of them.
All right. You had 1:10 left on the clock. I'm impressed.
So just a little tip that I've heard is when you're hunting for wood eggs, they spawn more from coconut trees.
Interesting.
And apparently these stone eggs will also apparently drop from rocks on Mystery Island tours more than they will on your own island.
Yeah, and don't forget that use your flimsy axe so you don't end up chopping down your coconut trees, guys.
Oh, yes. Yeah, or any other trees at this point.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot to collect. A lot to collect.
Too much.
Too much.
So let me tell you real quick about my island.
Yes.
I got my upgraded services, so I now have Isabel and the Nook are back together again. The great Simon and Garfunkel of Animal Crossing. I had the Able sisters open up a store, so I now have the ability to do customizations inside my house with paintings and all that. Plus, I like to buy shoes and put them up on my wall. So, though it's not Kix who only sells shoes, I have ran into him before, just not on my own island. So, I also started planting money trees. So I will give everyone's a heads up. There's a lot of information out there about how much money you're allowed to put in these money trees to replicate, come back to you. Some people say it's capped at 10,000 bells. Some people say it's 30 to 50. I put 99 bells into my hole.
Oh.
Hoping, because I was talking to a friend, I said, could I do this? He's like, yep, you'll get 300 bells per off of each tree. And I said, great, let's do this. When it came to bloom, I went to the tree, and it was only 10,000 bells per bag. So I would suggest don't be like your humble host, Philip D. Keating here, and just stick with 10,000 bells so you're not out, 70,000 bells on the tree planting.
Oh, when you said 99, you meant 99,000.
Yeah.
And you lost
70.
200.
I lost.
Oh, I guess, yeah, not potential profit.
Yeah. So
but you lost 70.
70,000 bells. So
that tree should respawn.
That's the thing. I haven't seen it fruit again, so I don't know if it's a one-time deal. I haven't done any research because I would rather just go through this game without looking too much up.
Right.
But be cautious on how much money you bury into the ground.
Well, thank you for taking the hit for the rest of us.
Bells are so easy to come by that I won't worry about losing 70,000 bells.
Oof.
But that's about it. You know, I had Gulliver show back up, so that's my third meeting with him. I've had the Wisp about 4 times so far, and I've gotten nothing good from him. And I'm still waiting for CJ and Flick to show up so we can get double the monies on fish and bugs. But that's about it.
Is that a given that they're showing up?
I have ran into CJ, the fishmonger, and Shannon's, our collective friend Shannon's village last night. And unfortunately, I couldn't sell to him because he wasn't in my village. So he'll be there soon. And I've heard people talk about them having Flick in there already and getting massive amount of bells off of bugs because I believe they stay around till 5 a.m. So even though the store is closed, you could always just sell right to them and get double the money, I believe. So
that's great.
Yeah, it's good.
So, yeah.
So
how's your bunny day farming been so far?
It's annoying, to be honest with you. Like I said before, I don't care too much about bunny day, but it's cutting into my profits for fishing, and it's really that is a nuisance to me. I'm still storing all of these eggs that I fish and dig up, but I just don't have a will to craft everything, and I really just don't care about having a life-size creepy zippy sitting in my room. I don't need that. I'm all right. I already have enough nightmares with the world around me. I don't need that to be the last thing I see before I log off. So other than that, I mean, it's fine. And like I said, I'm spending most of my time focusing on those petals because they seem to be more of a rare item right now than anything else.
Certainly does seem it, right? I mean, with maybe the exception of those ground eggs, but
sure.
Yeah. So, you know what would help is if you sped up your crafting.
Crafting, yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
So, have you found the secret of the letter A?
I'm happy with the religion I have, Kurt, but thank you.
Have you heard the good
words?
So literally, if you're in the middle of crafting something, or when you start crafting something, if you mash the A button, it'll speed up the crafting process. And
interesting.
You can actually see it happening. Like
cool.
They go much faster.
No, I had no idea.
So, like, if you're trying to craft that slingshot really quickly to get to that balloon, that helps.
Yeah,
it definitely helps a lot. It's
just... Well, the thing that I hope that comes in a patch in the sometime near future is that if I'm crafting in my house, just pull from my storage, please.
Oh,
don't
no kidding.
Don't make me go into my storage, put it into my pocket, then craft, then put the materials left over back into storage. I'm here. I'm inside my house. Let me just craft from my storage, please.
No, that'd be a great idea. And that actually, it's funny because we talked about potential improvements to the game, and one of the things for me was they do a great job with handling things in your pockets, and when you go to sell things, you can multi-choice or multi-choose them and whatnot. But when you go to put stuff in storage, it has to be one at a time. And it drives me crazy. It
drives me crazy as well. But another thing that I would like to see from a crafting update would be multiple things at once. Hey, how many clams do you have? I don't know, about 30. Do you want to craft these fish baits one at a time? No, not really. Well, too bad. Have fun wasting 10 minutes.
True.
So if they had like an option to do, all right, this is how many materials I have, this is how many I can make, let's craft them all. Even if it has to be like, let's say, 5 extra seconds of crafting time.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, honestly, if it took the same amount of crafting time, you didn't have to choose in between. Mash the A button and get it done as fast as you can, but it's going to take more time because you're crafting more things. That makes sense.
And what our friend Nicole, when she was trying to get the stringfish, she said she spent over 100 bait.
Yeah.
Right? She spent all that time crafting 100 fish bait, which is wasted fishing time.
Yeah.
So, that's something I would like.
The butt makes you not want to fish at all.
I wouldn't go that far.
I know, you certainly wouldn't go that far.
Hey man, I've gotten so I have crafting stations strategically placed all around my island. So if I do need a fishing rod or some fishing bait, I don't have to run anywhere because it's right on the beach for me to do so.
Yeah, I do too. I've put them. In fact, like when we were building the 3 new houses for the new tenants, I put a crafting station in front of their houses, like each one of them.
What I've started doing is I have a mini crafting station, on the tree stump.
Yep.
I keep that in my pocket.
Me too.
Yeah,
I just started carrying one around.
Yeah, because it's probably the most valuable tool that we have inside the game, and it's wasted time to have to run back to your house or even to the beach sometimes.
So what was because segues are for kids? What was the coolest thing you picked up over the last week?
There's been so many upgrades recently. I would have to think about it. I've been getting gifts from a lot of people, which have been helpful, and everybody who has sent me things, thank you so much. I got an alto sax from Shannon. Well, let's just preference listeners. We have a friend Shannon who is currently not working her day job because of the world going on, and she has put in all of her time into Animal Crossing. Her village is beautiful. She's got almost everything. And it's lovely because she's very kind-hearted to send me 3 things a day that she think I'd like. So I got a guitar off of her. I've gotten, like I said, that alto sax. She gave me these grinding gears that go above my door now, which are pretty dope.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I think my favorite thing that I have gotten was out of a balloon. I got a typewriter.
Oh, nice.
And I love typewriters. Just as an aesthetic, as a link to the past almost. My parents, before we had computers, I had a typewriter, and I would have to do book reports on the typewriter.
Yep.
So I've always had this weird love for these old mechanical writing devices. So to get a typewriter out of the balloon was just like, oh, this is wonderful.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I actually got the alto sax today, and I played saxophone in high school. I love the alto sax, and I love the instruments because you can play them.
Yes.
And it's so cool.
Yes, I had somebody send me an ocarina.
Ocarina, yep.
Yeah, he was like, I don't like Zelda, but you love Zelda. Here's an ocarina. And I was like, oh, I love it. I was
kind of hoping that when we got the ocarina, when you blew into it and kept hitting the button, it would play one of the tunes from Zelda.
You would
Missed
think,
opportunity.
Right? You would think. That would be perfect. Because, boy, do they have a catalog that they could have chose from. But
no kidding.
Yeah.
So, because we've changed seasons now, we've gone from winter to spring. That brings with it a whole bunch of new fish and bugs. What do you know about that?
All right. So what I will do is I will run down a list of what is new.
You have 2 minutes.
But some of them, especially with the fish, I am going to tell you where you can get them, the river, the sea, and all that razzmatazz. So we have a common blue bottle, which is a butterfly. We have a Raj Brook birdwing, an Atlas moth, a Madagascan sunset moth, a long locust, darter dragonfly, giant water bug, jewel beetle, which can be found on a tree, and a flea, which can be found on your villagers.
Oh, jeez.
With the fish that are new this month, let's see. You have a killifish, which is pond, crawfish, pond, snapping turtle, which is in the river, guppy, river, neon tetra, which is the river, a seahorse, sea, obviously, clownfish, sea, surgeonfish, sea, butterfly fish, sea, and then your zebra turkey fish, which is also in the sea. If you want a list of these and the times that they spawn, you can check the show notes because I'm going to put any article that we read right into the show notes for you to make it easy access. But I'm excited. I caught a zebra turkey fish right before I got on the show.
Is it cool looking? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. They're pretty. They're going to be common. It's probably as common as your horse mackerels. But, they look weird. They look very weird.
All right, cool. I'm looking forward to that. I've only caught a few of those things, a few of the new things, but mainly because I've been chasing eggs. So, one of the things that has been going around are the connections between New Horizons and things like Pocket Camp, and I know that you have some information about all of that.
Yeah, I mean, with Nintendo, crossover events happen a lot. In Tetris 99, they have different themes for different games, and for Smash Brothers, they have different stickers that can go into the game to, depending on what new game is being released. So there's a couple things that are going to be cross-platformed between Pocket Camps and New Horizon. If you don't have Pocket Camp, you can download it, play for a little bit, and you'll be able to get this code. So pretty much what you have to do is you have to link your two accounts. So you have to link your Animal Crossing Pocket Camps to your Nintendo account that you're playing at New Horizons on. And then in the Enter menu, select My Nintendo. This will link both accounts together. Once they are linked, the player will receive a special order ticket. Claiming this ticket will provide the player with a Leaf ticket and a code to put in your Nintendo eShop on your Switch. Once you have that code, go to the Switch shop, select Enter Code, enter the code that you got from Pocket Camp, and then a download will begin. And these things will be available to purchase in the Nook shopping with bells. So here's a quick list that you can bring over if you want. It's Brake Tapper, Campsite Sign, Fortune Cookie Cart, Marketplace Decoration, the OK Motors signs, Pocket Modern Camper, Pocket Vintage Camper, OK Motors Cap, Camper Tee, and the OK Motors Jacket.
I suppose it would be too much to hope that they sent you a model of your camper.
I think that's a little bit too much programming.
That would be really cool.
It would be. I agree. But I got to be honest with you. I played Pocket Camp from when it first came out, and then I fell off. And then within about a month or two of New Horizons coming out, I jumped right back into Pocket Camp and spent a lot of time in there and got, a couple of my friends to go back to the Pocket Camp world. And as soon as New Horizons came out, I dropped out.
Me too. I dropped it like a hot rock.
Yeah.
But I did the same thing. And mainly because you told me you were going back in. I went, oh, that's right, it's still installed. And so I went in and, they did make a lot of improvements. It's a much better game now. No
it
question.
is. It most certainly is. But, I'll still sign in to get my daily login, which is anything between candies or fortune cookies or the Leaf ticket dollars. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Because even when I'm on break at work now, I don't even pull it out.
Yeah.
I'm on Twitter or the Animal Crossing subreddit.
Right.
So,
right. So that's Pocket Camp.
Yep.
Any other connections?
So we have the Spirit stickers coming to Smash Brothers. If you are a Smash Brothers player, this event will kick off at 11 p.m. Pacific time, April 2nd. So you guys will already have this available for you. And what it is if you're an Animal Crossing, if you're a Smash Brothers player, you already know what the Spirit sticker mode is. It's kind of like you have these power-up stickers that help you through EVP kind of matches. So it looks like there's just a heck of a ton of stickers coming to you on Smash Brothers, allowing you to the opportunity to collect them. I can't get a list. Here we go. 4 spirits based on 5 characters introduced in New Horizons: Flick, CJ, Daisy, May, and the pilots, Orville and Wilbur.
Oh, right. Yep.
So those 5 stickers will be available in Smash Brothers now.
Cool. Awesome.
So yeah.
All right. So, the one thing I wanted to mention I forgot when we were talking about fish and bugs is people should be prepared. Fishing, I don't know about you, but I got used to the fact that there was a maximum of 4 nibbles. And now there's a maximum of 5. I've lost fish because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
I wasn't aware of this until we were talking about it in pre-show, but I'm the same way, right? I can't watch as the fish go in, but as soon as I hear that third nibble, I watch the screen so that when they go in to grab it, I instantly mash, allowing it not to get away.
Right.
Because there are some fish where you have less than a millisecond to hit that button. And now that I hear that there's 5 nibbles, it's almost impossible to time it out.
Yeah, I was really surprised because I missed it. I missed the fourth nibble. Well, it got up to the fourth nibble, and I hit the button. I'm going, that's unusual. I usually get those, but okay, maybe my timing's off, whatever. 3 or 4 times I'm going, something's weird. And then I just let it go, and sure enough, 4th nibble, 5th nibble it grabbed. And it was like, oh, come on, you're killing me.
It's a weird change, unless it was always there.
I don't think so. I think we would have noticed.
Well, we did have a season change, so maybe these spring fish have a 5 nibble maximum when the winter fish only had a 4. But it seems like a weird update to do, 3 weeks into the game launch. For what reason?
Well, maybe Tom Nook paid off the Fish and Game Commission.
Oh, I don't know. Is it that time?
It might be that time, unless you have something else.
No, I guess. Let's take a look.
Behind the Bells, the Nook Syndicate story.
What do you got for us this week, Kurt?
Okay, so trying to stay on the down low on this because the more that I dig, the more afraid for my life, my virtual life, not my own real life. I know this is a game that I fear for my avatar. So I found proof of Nook's corruption, specifically with regards to the economy within the game. Now, somebody passed on a dirty piece of paper an article that was written by Ricardo Contreras, who is a Vice reporter. I don't know why they put it on a paper, because it could have gone to the website, but they put it on a dirty piece of paper for me to read. So, Ricardo also had his feelings about the corruption of Tom Nook and got into how much is this whole economy being screwed over, much like the GameStop end of things. So here's what we got. So he basically took his Nintendo Switch that we get in game, and he said, okay, so we know what the cost of a Nintendo Switch is. It's approximately $300, right? In real life.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
So if we do that, if we know that, then we can figure out the exchange rate of Bell per money.
Okay.
Okay, which is fine. So he sells the Switch to Tom Nook for $74.95. $74.95 bells, right?
Okay.
Okay, so did the whole math thing, because math is hard, and the exchange rate is 4 cents per bell.
Okay.
So for the actual manufacturer's suggested retail price of a Nintendo Switch, if you divide that price by the number of bells that you get, the exchange rate is 4 cents a bell. Fine, okay, great. Everybody has an economy. That makes sense. And so doing that, you find out things like the single room studio house that you bought was a very reasonable $3,920. Okay.
Yep.
No problem. And no interest, no payment plan, no problem, right? Great. Sounds a little too good. Well, it is too good. Because he found the next day that a brand new Nintendo Switch appeared in the shop. Remember, he sold his Nintendo Switch for $74.95.
Correct.
In the shop, it is 29,930 bells. So, he also made the relationship to GameStop. So that means each bell is roughly the equivalent of 1 cent. Because $29,980, it's about $300. It's yeah. So basically, that meant that the first house had only really cost $980, But obviously, Nook made a profit reselling the items and material. So, and it ends up being a 300% markup, which
Whew.
is just ridiculous. I mean, clearly, he's a crook, and he's not even ashamed about it. He puts it out there. Hey, yeah, I'll buy your Switch. Yeah, no problem. How do I know that Switch that he's selling in his shop now for 30,000 bells isn't the one that I just sold him?
So, Kurt, I listen to a lot of different Nintendo podcasts. And the consensus out there is that Tom Nook is a good guy. He doesn't charge you interest on your loans. What could you say to these people after discovering this new 300% inflation that he has on everything? Could that be where our interest rates are going?
Yeah, he sells. There is interest. He just doesn't tell you what it is. And so, who knows? Tomorrow, that same Nintendo Switch that sold for 29,980 bells, maybe it'll be 35,000 bells. Who knows? I mean, he's in control of the. It's like if he owned Bitcoin. He'd be the guy in charge of all of the economy. There's nobody that can challenge him. They don't have bankers. He's got an ATM that he has the login for. It's just such a scam. And hey, I want to set up my Bunny Day room to decorate, for each holiday. Well, you gotta. He's the only game in town. You have to get your real estate and into construction from him. And then on top of everything else, something new comes along and a new building needs to be built and whatnot. You have to do it.
Oh, yeah. No, it's our material. You want villagers to move in?
Yeah.
Great. Go build them their house for them.
Yeah, make these things. I promised them.
He's got a Nook-nopoly upon this entire world.
Monopoly. So
I don't know, man. Here I'm gonna fire you up a little bit more. Did you know that the Nintendo came out with a special edition Animal Crossing Switch, right?
yes,
It's in game. You know that?
yes.
And you know that it costs more than 29,980?
How much is it?
It's about 37.
And that in real life costs exactly the same as a regular Switch. Oh, okay. You want to even add a little bit of a premium because it's decorated. Except in real life, we don't add a premium.
Yeah. I don't know, Kurt. Every week you kind of break down my walls a little bit more to your side, but he's still a good guy, man.
He's not a good guy.
He's a good guy.
And in future episodes, we will go into how much of a not good guy he is. Like, I don't know, his relationship to the Abel sisters.
It's a family-friendly show, Kurt.
Nope. It's all family friendly. It's all fit
right.
for ears and consumption, but not is it, all is not as pleasant as it seems.
Well, I think that's where we're going to call it for this week. Kurt, where can people find you?
I can be found on Twitter at VO by Kurt and on Twitch at Kurtstable on my own channel where I do a bunch of different things.
You can find me over on Imaginary Nomad on all social medias. I'm also on Botched, a D&D podcast, and Breaking the Panel, the flagship nerd news show on GSTU Network. The show can be found on Twitter at Nook's Tavern. You can email the show, maybe with your weekly story or something awesome that's happened to you in your village at nookstavern@gmail.com. If you have a moment, head on over to iTunes and just leave us a 5-star review. It really helps grow the show. And I just want to say thank you to Emily Swan for our fabulous album art and all the artwork she's been doing for the show. More of her work over at A Swan Named Emily on all social media. Kurt, you got anything else for him?
Beware of Nook.
See you next week, nerds.